After withdrawing from Gaza's second largest city, Israel says it's now preparing to invade the last Hamas stronghold in Gaza. Israel long ago identified Rafah as a key target. This town, located on Egypt's southern border, is known as the last place where Hamas has significant fighting forces. But Israel faces strong international opposition. That's because an estimated 1.5 million Palestinians are now huddled in Rafah. Most of these people have fled fighting elsewhere in Gaza, and they say they have nowhere else to go. But Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu says he remains committed to carrying out this operation. In fact, he says he's already set a date. Israel also says it has ordered 40,000 tents to be distributed to people who are evacuated from Rafah ahead of the operation. Despite these threats, the invasion does not appear to be imminent. In fact, Netanyahu did not provide a firm date for when he plans on doing this. Much of this talk appears to be connected to ceasefire talks. Those talks have been going on for weeks, and a new round of talks is going on in Cairo. At the same time, senior Israeli officials are also meeting to discuss the latest offers. The threat to move into Rafah could be seen as a way to put pressure by Israel to put pressure on Hamas to make concessions. Now, these developments are happening as Palestinians in Gaza, like Muslims around the world, are celebrating the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr. That's the end of the Ramadan holy month. The mood in Gaza is very subdued. Most of the people, most of the population are displaced. They're dealing with a wartime situation. There are shortages of all sorts of key items, and whatever is available is only available at highly inflated prices. So the mood right now, sad and somber.
Short today. I believe it's going, from what I've been hearing from our folks at National Security Council, is going to be in a couple of weeks. But again, those open line of communication, there's constant communications happening every day. But as it relates to this particular conversation, when they're going to be here in person, members of the Israeli government, that's going to happen in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Corinne, and thanks, everybody. I've got what John Kirby was talking about in terms of hours was a step change in the willingness of the Israeli government to take action to get more aid into Gaza. And if you look at the last 2 days, there has been a substantial increase in the amount of aid going into Gaza. That's good. It is not good enough. We would like to see more action following through on what the Prime Minister has announced publicly, and we'd like to see that over the course of the next few days.
Gazans in Rafah on Wednesday inspected the damage caused by Israeli strikes overnight. The newest round of bombardment raised fears among those sheltering in the last refuge on the southern edge of the enclave that a ground assault and of other dead are believed to be unrecovered under rubble. The war began after Hamas fighters raided Israel on October 7th, killing 1,200 people and abducting 253 hostages, according to Israeli tallies. Israeli forces just north of Rafah kept the two main hospitals in Khan Yunis, El Amal, and Nasser Hospital under a blockade imposed late last week. In the north, they were still operating inside Al Shifa, the enclave's largest hospital, which they stormed more than a week ago. Israel says the hospitals have been used by Hamas fighters, which Hamas and medical staff deny.